What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar. I've got a new microphone today, so if it's a little loud or a little quiet, I'm sorry. I did do some sound checking to make sure that everything looked good and it sounds good, so hopefully you guys can hear me fine. Thank you, Grandpa. I love you. Thank you for sending this to me. My grandfather sent me a microphone, and yeah, I'm extremely grateful. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it because this is I can already hear it. The difference is definitely better. Without further ado, let's get into the charts. Let's see here. Look first, then lead. Okay. So, I've got Bitcoin pulled up on the Coinbase chart here. It could be on Binance, on the index, whatever. We're looking at the Coinbase chart today just for volume's sake. We can look at Binance too because Binance does have more volume. If we're looking at the Binance chart, we can see first and foremost, I was wrong. I've been saying for the past few days that we were going to have a dump, and wouldn't you know it, we had a nice little 4.5% pump yesterday, coming up into these last 3 days that were green days, and then we had this nice little pump on Sunday. I'm really not worried about my bearish position in Bitcoin. I do think that we are still going to dump down below, somewhere down around 22K in the next 2 weeks. I do expect a 20% drop to happen from this current high. 20% drop would put us around 22.5K. We could go lower. I would expect at least a 20% drop. So anything more than that isn't unexpected. This is just kind of, I think a 20% drop is like the bare minimum of what I would expect. So that would put us in the middle of this previous price range here, and I do think we're going to get that. The day just turned red, actually. And the reason I say this is because this pump happened on the weekend. A lot of moves that happen on the weekend are not backed by volume. The traditional trading days are closed down. If we type in BTC space F, we've got our Bitcoin futures on the CME exchange. These guys only trade Monday through Friday, so you've got this nice gap here. Traditionally, gap ups get filled very quickly. We do have a gap down here, but gap downs can take their time. I always say gap ups get filled in like days or weeks. Gap downs get filled in more like months, even years. It can take a very long time. And we've got this gap up down here too. I'm really not worried about this at all because, again, there was no volume that came in. It happened over the weekend, and already we're starting to show signs of weakness. If this day can turn around and close, strong, that'd be great for the bulls. But already, let's see, we're already down 1% from the high. And I know that doesn't sound much, but everyone's freaking out right here about this 4.5% move. So 1%, that's like 20% of the move that we just saw, and it's all been given back. And again, there's no volume. There's literally no volume in it all. If we started seeing volume like this over here or this over here, I would be a little bit more intimidated by this candle. But the fact of the matter is, this is the biggest candle we've seen since this one over here, since about April 19th. So it's the biggest candle we've seen in over a month, and very lackluster volume. Very, very lackluster volume. This is the Binance chart where volume really, this is like the most volume in the space. If we look at any time that we're really above average volume, the last time was here, and other than that, just no excitement. And this wasn't a bullish or bearish candle. It's kind of a neutral candle. By all definitions, that is a neutral candle. But being a lower high, being in this downtrend, I would consider it to be bearish. We do now have kind of like another lower high here. We did break these highs, don't get me wrong, but I still think this is a lower high. This really feels like a bear trap to me, or a bull trap to me, and yeah, so I'm really not worried about it at all. I do expect us to go below this purple line soon. I was wrong. I have no problem admitting I was wrong. If I would have taken a short where I originally wanted to down here, that would have been, if I wanted to go short, that would have been bad. I'd be underwater at least by like 8 or 10% right now. Maybe not that much actually. Let me see. Somewhere around there. Yeah, probably around 10%, a little bit over 10%, because I like to use 5x leverage. But I didn't go short. I'm not trading at the moment. I'm just stacking cash and waiting to get into a more just like solid position without leverage, just a spot position for the next low that we're going to come in. I'm trying to be smart and safe with this money. Anyways, that's the main point that I'm trying to deliver, is I'm not worried about this. We've got a higher high here in the RSI where we have lower highs in price action. This is classic hidden bearish divergence, and really what I'm waiting for still is on a weekly scale. We have 6 days and 21 hours on this week at least, but you know, if we can come back down, engulf this candle bearishly, and get this RSI below the 50, you know, in the next week or 2 weeks, that'll just confirm what I've been saying over the past few days, or past week really, that Bitcoin from top to bottom is going to experience a 52% drop at a minimum, which would put us down just below $15,500. It puts us right around $14,800. And you know, if you don't know why I'm saying that, that's just because anytime we've seen this kind of transition where we've gone from overbought on the RSI to below the 50 on the weekly RSI, I did a video where I measured this, and the lowest drop that we had from top to bottom was 52.18%. Being the fact that we're in what I consider to be the longest potential bear market that Bitcoin's ever been in, we saw a very weak pump here. I'm actually expecting greater than a 52% drop to happen, but I do have a time frame for it, and basically if we can get this crossed, then from top to bottom, I believe it's a 12-week kind of time frame, and we're already on our 7th week now. So if we got basically 6 weeks left, that's a month and a half. And if we go a little bit over that, you know, that's not completely unexpected either. So it could be a month and a half to 2 months. But I do expect us to be having a lower low, confirming that we're still in a bear market in that time. It could happen quicker. It could happen later, but this is what I'm going off of right now. This is the stuff that I've seen in the charts, so that's what I'm going off. Let's see here. You know, we're rejecting the bullish control zone. That's good if you're bearish, but to be fair, on the daily time frame, let's be fair here. We are in the bullish control zone. You know, we could reject this area. We don't have to stay in it. We could go higher. We definitely could go higher. Normally, in my opinion, this is postured to look like it wants to go into this overbought area, which would mean that we're going higher. But I mean, man, this 4-hour RSI is really hot. The 1 hour is showing bearish divergence, and we're coming down. This RSI is really strong, though. I gotta say, really, what the bulls got to do is just not give price back. You got to maintain this. You can't at least hold, you know, these previous highs here as support. So if we came back down, you know, dropped about $500 to $600 from here, you would want to hold those levels. And then if not, if you came back like lower, if you gave like 2/3 of this candle back, that to me would be very indicative that the dump that I've been expecting for the last week or so is still in play. This was just a bull trap, and it really looks like a bull trap, man. Like we had one over here, bull trap, right, and then dump, right. This, I mean, let's see if we can see, you know, bull trap right here, and then dump. You know, let's see. I mean, that could be a bull trap there. Bull trap, literally a bull trap right there. It just looks very identical to me. It looks very, very similar just in the behavior of it, but I could be wrong. You know, this is like a bear trap here. I mean, it is a bear trap there. We set the base here. We should have held it and gone up because that's where the price wanted to go anyways, but we, you know, over a short period of time just rejected it and then off to the races. It just feels like the same kind of move, but to the other end over here. So I don't know. That's really all I got for you guys for Bitcoin. There's nothing really new and exciting going on other than the fact that we did pump, but it is, after all, just another lower high. We can look at the fear and greed index. Got my Twitter, crypto fear and greed index, and just show what I'm talking about, or show some perspective, I guess. That, you know, we're in neutral. We're in a neutral stance. We're reading at a 52 currently. That's higher than yesterday, a little bit higher than last week, lower than last month when we were showing greed. And this is just to kind of show, you know, 52 is over. This is a scale from 0 to 100, so it technically is in the higher half of that scale. A lot of people on socials are saying that people are bearish. Everyone's bearish. And I don't see a lot of people that are bearish, man. I see everybody being bullish. My battery is running low, so I'm going to have to go here soon, guys. Yeah, I probably don't have too much time left. But check out Twitter. Go, follow some people on Twitter that are involved in crypto. Go on YouTube, watch some videos. You'll see what I mean. Everybody's bullish right now. And there's a lot of bullish news going on. There is actually some bullish news. There's something going on with China. I forget. And then one of the crypto magazines was saying, I think it was Crypto Magazine, was saying that JP Morgan or something, there's like a bank that suggested that Bitcoin prices could go to 47,000 or something like that. There's like bullish headlines, and the only thing that we're getting right now is this 4.5% pump, which for Bitcoin, for crypto, that's nothing. It's the most that we've seen in over a month. Don't get me wrong, but it's really nothing. We're getting excited for small potatoes here. No volume to back it up. Lower highs. I'm really not. This just feels like a bull trap. Completely feels like a bull trap, and I think in the coming days I'll be vindicated on that. If not, if we continue to go higher, if this RSI maintains in the bullish control zone, I'll eat my words. I will admit defeat, and we can look for higher highs than 31,000. But for right now, looking at it, let's see, from top to bottom here, we look to be rejecting the 0.5 area, which is not good. You normally don't show respect to the 0.5. That's not an area that I look for, but when you do reject it, that is something to pay attention to for sure. Truthfully, blowing through the 382 like this, if we were to look to go higher, I would expect that we would come back, test support on the 382, so hold support around 27.5K, 27.7K, around there actually, and then go higher to 28.9K, 29K, or maybe even higher than that. So if we're to go bullish, what that would look like, definitely we would come down, whether it's today or tomorrow or this hour or whatever, we would come down, find support on this yellow line, and we could even come down and find support on this red line too. But you'd want to find support on one of these two red lines or two lines before thinking about going higher, or just go higher. But with no volume and the fact that this happened on the weekend, I would be surprised if this continued, especially because all the lower time frame RSIs are hot. They're hot, man. They've been hot, and we've got bearish divergence on the 1 hour. Anyways, laptop's about to die. Thank you all for coming. Leave a like, subscribe to the video if you want to see more content. And yeah, ta for now. Take care. I'm going to have more videos tomorrow about some stocks and about some other cryptos. So stay tuned for that. Thank you. Bye-bye.